Hello and welcome to Consolidation of Professional Practice SW2311. My name is Mike Harling and I'm the Programme Lead for the Social Work Degree Apprenticeship, and I'm the Module Lead for this practice module. It's a practice-based module. One contrast that's worth explaining first is the difference between this module on the main degree and the module that you're going to be doing as an apprentice. On the main degree, there is a challenge in ensuring that all of our students have access to practice experiences, placements where they can test their skills and they can have possibly a first experience of working with a social work environment. The contrast with apprentices is before they join us and all the way through their time with us on the apprenticeship, they are always in practice experiences. They're always getting a frontline experience. The purpose of this module and a later module in the final year of their programme is that it provides a structure, and there are a number of pieces of work to complete as they go through it, and I'm going to go through those so that you're clear as both managers and as apprentices what the expectation is and what you're likely to be asked to do as you go through this practice experience and this module. For most of you, as you make your way through Consolidation of Professional Practice, you will be in your current workplace, and that will be the situation throughout your time on this module. Some organisations may take the opportunity to have your contrasting experience in level 5 rather than level 6, but as I say, for the majority of you, you will be in your main place of work as you make your way through this module. There will be 3 critical reflections that you'll do as pieces of work and 3 direct observations, and those will be within your workplace, at university, and there'll also be a peer observation, which we're quite excited about, and that's a different way of observing you that we've decided to build into the course this year, based on the fact that many apprentices provide excellent kind of feedback to each other. So we want to kind of recognise that and build it into the programme. All of the paperwork that you need for this will be on Canvas at the beginning of the module, and if there's any questions about what you need to download, then your tutor, who will be there throughout your time on this module to support you, will be able to kind of guide you to where you need to find it. So 3 other really important documents that you will need to complete as part of this module will be the learning agreement. The learning agreement is where you set out what it is that you are going to be doing specifically during your time on the module, where there's going to be examples of new learning, where you're going to develop, where there's going to be opportunities for you within your workplace. And at the midway review, which is the next bit of paperwork you'll need to complete, we'll see how far that is progressing. And your tutor will be at all 3 points during your time on this module, at the learning agreement stage, at the midway stage, and at the final stage, because there'll be a final report at the end of it. And all 3 of those areas will be about tracking and thinking about your individual learning, what you're getting from the programme, and ensuring your kind of development so that we can support the progress of your practice experience. So as you make your way through this module, complete your observations and your critical reflections and your learning agreement and other paperwork that we require of you, there are 8 learning objectives that you will be integrating into your work. And I'm going to go through them and they will also be on slides that accompany this video. So they will be consolidate social work knowledge by critically applying social work theory to a practice intervention. Consolidate social work methods in practice through the application of policies and procedures to a practice intervention. Demonstrate consolidation of key skills in communication, advocacy, developing relationships and problem solving. Demonstrate consolidation of key skills and understanding in working autonomously, safely and effectively. So I'm going to go into the next four, but just to say about those first learning objectives, it's about looking at how you are evidencing and integrating them into your writing and into the work that you do as you make your way through this module. And we will look at how past apprentices have done that and examples of how you're able to do that and evidence it within your work. So at this point, it kind of sounds like learning objectives can sound a little bit kind of detached from the sort of day-to-day experiences that you will be having, but as we kind of examine them and sort of pull them apart a little bit more, it will become clearer as to how you are able to evidence them. I'm just going to move on to the last four learning objectives, which are apply a critical understanding and appropriate use of power and authority invested in the role of social worker. You need to show that you're able to apply outcomes of research in using best evidence to problem formulation and problem solution. You need to demonstrate a range of critical skills and behaviours to show insight and compliance to ethical practice in the context of social work value. And finally, show use of curiosity in challenging the status quo to enable the best outcomes for service users. Go. So as mentioned, two of the central pieces of work that we'll be asking you to do are your direct observation and your critical analysis. When it comes to direct observations, you'll be planning your observation in advance and have a clear set of objectives. You'll consider best practice and how you communicate and engage with the service user, and you'll also reflect on outcomes afterwards and any ongoing learning. So as well as being a requirement of this module and something that you evidence, it should also feel part of your progress and part of your practice journey through this module, through the apprenticeship more generally. And sometimes it's interesting to contrast earlier observations with final observations, because you will have considered things, additional things that you might want to learn or reflect upon at the end that you might not have always considered at the beginning. And finally, the critical analysis is you need to be clear about what it is you are looking to analyse, so be specific. It could be about application of the Mental Health Act. It could be about changes to how your team is structured and organised to meet the needs of the community. And you need to think about how you can build in and draw in kind of wider research to help support your critical thinking and your critical analysis of what it is that you're deciding to kind of reflect upon in more depth. So make good use of relevant research and literature and try to focus on what is most current. What is most up to date and what will kind of help you to make the case for what it is, whatever it is that you are trying to kind of focus on within your critical analysis. And finally, reflect on what you've gained from your analysis on how it might impact on your practice in future. So again, it's about that learning journey. It's about that kind of sense of beginning, middle and end of how you've thought about something and how you've reflected upon how it's impacted on you as a practitioner. So that is a kind of a very brief overview of the module. There will be a lot of discussion at university in more depth that will look at the paperwork, which will look at the kind of the objectives and the learning outcomes that I mentioned earlier. But hopefully that has helped you to get some sort of sense of what we will be asking of you. And what I would say finally is apprentices are well embedded within services. Our experience is very positive about the learning that they do within their own workplaces, and this helps to further consolidate that before you move on to your final module in level 6 on where you are thinking about being ready for practice, and that's where most of you will have the contrasting experience that you require, that we require you to have, so that we can complete you and sign you off as fantastic social workers. Thanks for your time, and yeah, I hope this has been helpful as an explainer.